Hello, this is Padma from PadmaAli.com, and today we're going to be talking about anchoring yourself in spirituality, the benefits of anchoring yourself in spirituality to allow yourself to be an amazing leader in whatever industry that you're in. Okay, so if you haven't watched my other video on creating a spiritual lifestyle so you can thrive as a leader, please do so, because this is kind of related to that. So first of all, again, I do want to reiterate, spirituality and religion is different. Please do not compare the two. There's no religion in my videos. It's all rooted in spirituality. Spirituality is a huge pillar through which not only do I operate, but also I teach my clients to lean into their inner knowing, your higher self, the universal consciousness, so that they can create abundance of whatever they want in your life. I'm of the firm believer that you can have anything and everything you want, because what you seek is seeking you. Says not me, but Rumi, long ago. So whatever you want is seeking you. What blocks us is us. Our brain blocks us. I was just talking to somebody recently, and she's a very, very high-powered executive, and she wanted to start her own business, but she had this whole game plan of how it was going to pan out only in the next 5 years or few years. And I was like, where is the room for magic in this? So can we allow room for magic in because that's the power of the universe, right? Things can happen like this. However, we put timelines, we say what's possible and what's not possible, and that limits the flow of what can happen right now. Your life can change instantaneously, and it is up to you whether you allow that to happen or not. Anyways, back to the topic, the benefits of anchoring yourself in spiritualities as a leader, okay? So there are many, many advantages when you anchor yourself in spirituality. First of all, we all know the body, mind, and spirit connection is so important so that you can thrive in whatever you do. When any of these three things are out of balance, it is not going to allow you to flourish. Because it's like saying, oh, my one arm is hurting and I'm going to only use my other arm. Okay, so when we do that, it's going to be out of balance. So if your career is going super well, but your family life sucks, or your family life is going great, but your career is nowhere close to where you want it to be, or you are or your health is suffering, but your career is thriving, out of balance. And that is going to make you sink at some point. So when these three things are in balance, the body, mind, and spirit, and that's what spirituality does, right? It allows you to constantly be aware of this balance. And this is the benefit. When these three are in balance, it allows you to create so much more in your life. Okay, so that is one of the biggest benefits of anchoring yourself in spirituality. Second one, you know your value. When you anchor within you, when you anchor with your higher self, that's what I call spirituality, and in connection with the divine consciousness, you truly value your value, which means you're going to show up from that place of complete confidence that you have so much to offer to the world. When you value your value, abundance is going to show up in copious amounts in your life, not just financial abundance, but I'm talking about connections and community and creating impact. Everything is going to show up when you come at it from a place of valuing who you are. See, we never outperform our values, right? And so when you do not value who you are, then it is going to impact your performance. So that it is when you are anchored in spirituality, you're going to value your value. It's a huge advantage. Okay, so number 3, most people, when they have a spiritual business or they lead a spiritual life, most people, they come at it from a place of service, like I have so much to offer, and they're coming at it from a place of love and giving and service. And when we come at anything with the service orientation, you are going to flourish, right? Your business is going to flourish. Your organization is going to flourish. Your team is going to flourish because you're coming at it from a place of love and giving and service. So most of the times when you are anchored in spirituality, it's going to make you service oriented. All right. Number 4, I'm looking at my notes here. Okay. So most people in the corporate world, or when you are in that environment, right, like you're looking for measurable, like physically measurable goals, like A plus B equals C, or 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? But when you're anchored in spirituality, you are going to look at life from a place of possibilities, like what is possible for me, and not from a place of circumstances. Most people in the corporate world are going to look at things from a place of, is it logical? Does it make logical sense? And leave no room for intuition. But if you look at great leaders, great leaders like Einstein or Tesla, right? And you can see that they are very much anchored in spirituality. They believed in the divine consciousness and universe working through you. And Rick, really go do some research on some phenomenal leaders, and you will see their anchor in spirituality. It is going to help you tune into your intuition and act from intuition rather than just logic and brain level. Okay. All right, number 5, it gives you a higher perspective. When you're anchored in spirituality, it always gives you a 50-foot view of what might be happening rather than in here, right? When you are in here, so say you're looking at something, right? Like when you're looking at something, this is the hair clip I have right here. So if you're looking at something this close, you can see all these little things. But when you take a look at something, this is a bad example, but I'm just going to go with it. But when you look at something from a really high level, from 50-foot view, you're going to look at this and see something completely different. And that is what higher perspective does for you. And when you're anchored in spirituality, it's going to give you that higher perspective. And that higher perspective is going to give you a better vision of what is possible and where can you go with this. Okay? All right. Number 6. So key. This is the last but not the least. When I touched upon this earlier on, when you are spiritually anchored, you are not only going to value yourself, but you're going to value others in a very different way. You're not just going to look at their performance or reviews, but you're going to look at them from a very different perspective of who is this unique person in front of me and what can they offer? Who is this person beyond their resume and their education and their so-called skill sets, right? Who is this person? What can they offer? What value are they bringing beyond what you see? Because when you can see this in that person, you're going to allow them to see this in themselves. Can you see the gift that you're going to give them? Right? And so I really invite you to start looking at spirituality. If you don't have a spiritual practice, please listen to other videos that I have here. Create a spiritual practice, because being spiritually anchored is only going to help you thrive as a leader. So again, watch this video many times if you need to. Share this with your team, because this is going to really help not only you, but many people around you that you work with. Remember, if your team flourishes, you're going to flourish, right? At the end of the day, that's how life works. So I really invite you to watch this, take notes, share this, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on another video. Once again, this is Padma from PadmaAli.com. and I will see you on another video.